राम
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे।
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु
Jai Shri
नित्यानंद श्री
Shyam
अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So today is Thursday. It is 17th of October. It is Ashwini Masa, Padmanabha Masa, Sukla Paksham, and Paurnimi Tithi. So today is the Shri Krishna uh, Saradeya Rasa Yatra, and also there are a few other events. Shri Murari Gupta Disappearance Day, and another one is Lakshmi Puja, and the Tula Sankranti, and the fourth month of Chaturmasya. It starts today. So these are the few events. So we shall read a few lines from each event. About the Krishna and the gopis meet for the Rasa dance. It is about the Rasa Yatra, Sharad Purnami. So on this day, Krishna performs Rasa dance with all the gopis. As Krishna is dressed here with the white dress, and all the gopis they are dressed in white color. And also Panchatattva is also dressed in the white color. So few lines, some information. Chapter 29, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 29. Krishna and the gopis meet for the Rasa dance. The chapter description. This chapter describes how Lord Krishna, intending to enjoy the Rasa dance, engaged in arguments and counter-arguments with the gopis. Then there is the description of the beginning of the Rasa dance and the Lord's pastime of disappearing from the midst of the gopis. Remembering the promise he had made to the gopis when he had stolen their clothes, Lord Krishna employed his Yogamaya potency and manifested within himself the desire to enjoy pastimes during an autumn night, that is, Sharad Purnami night. Thus, he began to play his flute. When the gopis heard the flute sound, the impulses of Cupid were violently aroused within them, and they immediately abandoned all their household duties and hastily went to Krishna. All the gopis had purely spiritual bodies, but when some of the gopis' husbands and other family members stopped the young girls from going, Lord Krishna arranged for them to temporarily exhibit material bodies, which they then left at the sides of their husbands, in which they deceived their relatives and went off to meet Krishna. When the gopis came before Lord Krishna, he asked, "Why have you come? It is not good for you to travel to such a place in the dead of the night, for this forest is full of violent creatures. Your husbands and children will soon come searching after you to bring you home and engage you again in your household duties. After all, the prime religious duty of a woman is to serve her husband and children. For a respectable woman to consort with a paramour is totally contemptible and sure to obstruct her progress to heaven. Moreover, one develops pure love for me not by physical proximity, but by hearing topics connected with me, by viewing my deity form in the temple, by meditating upon me, and by faithfully chanting my glories. Therefore, all of you would do the best to return home." The gopis were crestfallen to hear this, and after crying a little, they replied with a bit of anger, "It is very unfair for you to reject young girls who have abandoned everything in their lives and come to you with the exclusive desire to serve you. But by serving our husbands and children, we receive only pain, whereas by serving you, the dearmost soul of all living beings, we will perfectly fulfill the true religious duty of the self. What woman will not deviate from her prescribed duties as soon as she hears your flute song and sees your form, which enchants the three worlds, just as the Supreme Lord Vishnu protects the demigods? You destroy the unhappiness of the people of Vrindavana. Therefore, you should immediately receive the torment we have felt because of separation from you. Warning to please the gopis, Lord Krishna, who is always satisfied in himself, responded to their appeals by playing with them in various pastimes. But when this show of attention made them a little proud, he humbled them by suddenly disappearing from the arena of the rasa dance. So this is a very beautiful part of Krishna's rasa dance. So that night it is very beautiful. Bhagavan apita ratrihi sharadhoppalla mallikaha vicharantu manachakre yogamayam upasritaha. So this is Bhagavanapi Taratrihi, that is Sharad Bhutpulla Mallikaha, the beautiful moon with all the fully blossomed moon with all the so many Mallika flowers are there, and then Vicharantum Manachakre, and the Lord desired to enjoy with all the gopis. Vicharantum Manachakre, Yogamayam Upasritaha, and then he expanded his Yogamaya. So that way, the Lord has enjoyed with all the gopis. So that is a beautiful pastime of the Rasa dance. So today we see this on this particular day. Uh, Devotees they prepare sweet rice and they keep it in the overnight in the moonlight so that it will turn into ambrosia amrita and they offer it to Krishna. So that is about the Saradaya Rasa Yatra and another event about the Lakshmi Puja. This Lakshmi Puja is generally it is worshipped because she has appeared from the ocean of milk at Diwali. On this day, Lakshmi Puja was performed to honor her, and as such, every year at Diwali she is worshipped and offered prayers. But it is not observed by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And the disappearance of Murari Gupta. So Murari Gupta, so from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, um, so this is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 15, 155 to 157. Just to test your firm faith in your Lord, I requested you again and again to change your worship from Lord Ramchandra to Krishna. In this way, I congratulated Murari Gupta, saying, "Indeed, you are the incarnation of Hanuman. Consequently, you are the eternal servant of Lord Ramachandra. Why should you give up the worship of Lord Ramachandra and his lotus feet?" Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, "I accept this Murari Gupta as my life and soul. When I hear of his humility, it perturbs my very life." It also Shri, that is about the, so there are further information. Um, so one day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt the ecstasy of the boar incarnation and got up on the shoulders of Murari Gupta. Thus, they both danced in Murari Gupta's courtyard. So in the that is about the Murari Gupta's and pastimes. So just wanted to read few more. So so there was a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His name was Murari Gupta. He was physician to then Nawab, Muslim Nawab. Now they were sitting. The Nawab was going some hunting excursion or something like that, but he was Nawab's physician. He was to accompany him. So they were sitting on the back of the elephant. In the meantime, that Murari Gupta saw one peacock, and as soon as he saw the peacock, the feather, he at once remembered Krishna and at once fainted and fall down. This is called alambana. This is called alambana. So alambana means anything to the context immediately he remembers his Lord and becomes ecstatic. This is the first class stage of Krishna consciousness. This is Srila Prabhupada's letter on Prabhupada's lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 7th chapter, 30 to 35 in San Francisco. So that is alambana, so the mood of Murari Gupta. So there is further information I will share in the WhatsApp group later on. Okay, so these are the few events, and another event is the Chaturmasya. It is mentioned that the fourth month of Chaturmasya begins today, and another one is the Tula Sankranti. Okay, that is from the events perspective. So for now, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। हरे कृष्ण. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj, he is speaking to Sukadeva Goswami to encourage him to speak about different things about the time and people living in different planetary systems in a different time spans and present, past, and future. So he wanted to know everything and how the living entity. So he is affected because of his desires. He will come in contact with the matter by the three material modes of nature, and then he will be wandering in so many living entities, 8.4 million species. यस्मिन् करं समावायो यथा येनोपगृह्यते गुणानां गुणिनां चैव परिणामम् अभीप्सितम् according to his own desire. That is the unlawful desires. So enjoying, he wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna, which is called unlawful desire. Parinamam abhipsatam. That's why he fall down. The Lord arranges in such a way that he will fulfill his desires. Gunanam guninam chaiva parinamam abhipsatam. So please explain all these things to me, O Sukadeva Goswami. Likewise, Parikshit is inquiring. And then today he is asking further. He wanted to know about the universe and all the upper planetary systems and different directions, the sky, the stars and mountains, rivers, oceans, and islands, and also so many people living within those islands and all the planetary systems. So please explain all these things to me. Likewise, Parikshit is inquiring. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is second canto, chapter 8, verse number 15. भूपातालककुव्योम ग्रहनक्षत्रभूभृतां सरित्समुद्रद्वीपानां सम्भवश्चैतदोकसम् Bhupatala Kukuba Vyoma. Bhupatala is the underneath the land. Kukub is the four sides of the heavens. And Vyoma is the sky. Graha, planetary systems. Nakshatra, stars. Bhubhrutam, so many mountains. Bhubhrutam, mountains. The hills. And Sarit is the rivers. And Samudra is the oceans, and Samudra. Dvipanam is the islands of the islands, and Sambhavasya, Etad, Sambhav, and how they appeared, Etad, all there, and then Okasam, along with their inhabitants. So he wanted to know, along with their inhabitants of different kinds of Bhupatala Kukub, Vyoma Graha Nakshatra Bhubhrutam Sarit Samudra Dvipanam Sambhavasya, how they have appeared and how the people are living in there and what is their situation and living conditions. So likewise, Parikshit is inquiring from Sukadeva Goswami. Bhupatala Kukub Vyoma Graha Nakshatra Bhubhrutam Sarit Samudra Dvipanam Sambhavasya Etad Vokasam. The translation for this verse. O best of the Brahmanas, please also describe how the creation of the globes throughout the universe, the four directions of the heavens, the sky, the planets, the stars, the mountains, the rivers, the seas, and the islands, as well as their different kinds of inhabitants, takes place. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any dear devotees to read this purport, small purport? Any voluntary devotees who has not taken turn?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, may I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. The inhabitants of different varieties of land, etc., are differently situated, and not at all of them are equal in all respects. The inhabitants of the land are different from the inhabitants of water or the sky, and similarly, the inhabitants of the different planets and stars in the sky are also different from one another. By the laws of the Lord, no place is vacant, but the creatures of one particular place are different from those of other places. Even in human society, the inhabitants of the jungles or the deserts are different from those of the cities and villages. They are so made according to different qualities of the mode of nature. Such adjustment by the law of nature is not blind. There is a great plan behind the arrangement. Maharaja Parikshit requests the great sage Sukdev Goswami to explain all these authoritatively in accordance with proper understanding. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So
Hare Krishna
here,
Prabhu, is it being shared? I don't have it on my screen.
if you just swipe right, Mataji, you would see in the left.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you. No, I don't see. On the left.
Swipe right, Mataji. You
Yeah. No, I just have picture. I just have the picture.
maybe stuck up then. You need to.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. Take care.
Okay, so here in this purport, the inhabitants of different varieties of land. So we have got 8.4 different million species of life. So this is 84 lakhs. If we speak in the Indian numbers, it is the 84 lakhs. Out of 84 lakhs, 400,000 human beings and 900,000 of living entities. The Jalaja, Navalakkani. So Prabhupada frequently used to say that were 900,000 in the water species, and also airborne and living entities in the fire. Likewise, this number has been split and then totally uh, coming under 8.4 million species. And they are differently situated, and not all of them are equal to in all respects. And the inhabitants of the land are different from the inhabitants of the water or the sky. They have got a different uh, the circumstances, the birds and beasts. So birds, some birds, they are always fly, and even they Prabhupada mentions that some of the birds they go to different planet to lay the eggs to hatch the babies. That is a very wonderful thing to hear. So the gigantic eagles, they are also living. They travel to different planets, and some birds they like the um, they directly they drink the water that coming from the clouds. They don't come down to the earth. And some birds they lay the eggs in the somewhere else. I think they give birth in the air also. Prabhupada used to mention. I don't remember exactly when. So like that, there are different kinds of living entities. And similarly, the inhabitants of different planets and stars in the sky are different from one another. And also we have got so many 33 crores of demigods. If we everyone knows about coming from the Sanatana Dharma, 33 crores of demigods. There is a each deity presiding deity for each activity and some kind of either star or planet like that. If we take the grahas and each and every star, so there is a presiding a rishi and a demigod for it. Sometimes even during the marriage times, we used to see the Arundhati Nakshatra. So who is the wife of Vasistha? And there are seven stars, and then out of those seven stars, it is Saptarishis. And then Arundhati is one of the star, and next to the one of the seven stars. So that is Vasistha and Arundhati. And the newly married couples, they see that one. And also we see that moon Chandra is the preceding deity for the moon planet, and the Vyuswani is the preceding deity for the sun planet. And so here the main personalities have been mentioned, but the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Lord of the Vaikuntha. So here the main personalities, but along with them, there are so many other living entities, all of their servants, associates, likewise. Like we have got here a prime minister and government and citizens. Likewise, each planet, they also have got their servants and citizens. And here by the laws of the Lord, no place is vacant, but the creatures of the particular place are different from those of other places. And so, for example, even if we go for the northern regions in the Himalayan mountains, in the Kailasa mountain, when the demigods are going there, of course, we have heard about the heavenly planets, Amaravati, where Nandaka gardens are there, Nandana gardens are there. And then when they're going to Himalaya mountains, there is Alakapuri, where Kuvera is he is the presiding deity there with all the Guhyakas and yakshas and rakshasas. He is the deity for them, and there are beautiful women they're all living in that area. So outside that there is a Nanda, Alakananda rivers are flowing there. They used to come and take bath. So likewise, those descriptions have been given. And then even in the human society, the inhabitants of the jungles or the deserts are different from those of the cities and villages. So now we also have got so many deserts, Thar desert, and then Sahara deserts, and then so many cities and villages. Villages are in the mode of goodness, cities are mode of passion and ignorance. Okay, they are so made according to the different qualities of the modes of nature, and such adjustment by the laws of nature is not blind. So it is not blind. That means here previously it is mentioned that parinamam abhipsatam according to the desire of the living entity. So it is when he wanted to enjoy that nature, he will be moved. Nature arranges because he simply desires. Nature arranges that he will be put up into that particular conditions. It time may be different. One may be thinking that I wanted to do that one, but that time because he has not put endeavor to it, he doesn't see that results immediately. But definitely because of that desire, he will be seeing in the future in due course of time. If it is not in this life, in the next life. And there is a great plan behind the arrangement. So everything is karmana daivanetrena jantuhu deha upapattaye. There is a great plan. Karmana daivanetrena. Maharaja Parikshit requests the great sage Sukadeva Goswami to explain all this authoritatively in accordance with the proper understanding. So everything is properly described in the Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures and everywhere. So Parikshit wanted to hear, but especially this Srimad Bhagavatam authenticated scripture. Sukadeva Goswami, he has learned from the Vyasadeva. Tad yadam grahayami sutamatma vatamvaram sarvavedi saram saram samudritam. So he has learned all the essence of all the Vedas, and he is the authenticated person to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam and true representative of Vyasadeva. So here, Parikshit wanted to hear all those things authoritatively. So likewise, Prabhupada is explaining here, and Parikshit wanted to know all these things from Sukadeva Goswami about Bhupatala Kukubh Vyoma Graha Nakshatra Bhubhrutam Sarit Samudra Dvipanam Sambhavasya Etad Vokasam. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, we shall. So this Brahma has split this lotus system when he has emanated from the navel of Garbhoda Gasaya Vishnu into first three parts, that is upper planetary systems, middle and the bottom. Later on again he split them into 14 different planetary systems. Okay, that is how, and later on he has created so many living entities. Demigods, there are 8 kinds of demigods, like demigods including pisachas and everything, bhutas, and then human beings. And whenever he created human beings, demigods are appreciating Brahma. Aho etat jagasrastaha tukrutam bhatire krutam pratishtaha kriya yasmin sakamanna madamahe. Because you have created the human beings, it is very wonderful. Thank you so much. Likewise, they are all appreciating Brahma's work. because they perform yajnas and sacrifices. They offer oblations to the demigods and everyone. That's why Sakamanna Madamahe Aho Eda Jagasastha Sukrutam Batate Krutam. You did very wonderful job. That is the greatest of creating the human beings. Human beings are meant to perform yajnas and sacrifices. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So today we shall letter to Sri Jagadesa, April 25th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request any other devotee to read this letter, please? Okay, I shall read in that case.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Maybe.
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Jagdish, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge of your letter dated Canadian money or $278, and thank you very much for this. I am very glad to know that your Mahasankirtana. Please continue this program as you have suggested, and surely Krishna will see that your so please continue this.
Can I request any dear devotees?
Yes, Prabhu. Can you hear me, Prabhu?
Sometimes there is a disconnection, so Mataji, we couldn't hear continuously.
Okay, Prabhu. I can.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I'll
Yes.
read. I'm very glad to know that your Mahasankirtana with coordination of Buffalo are so successful. Please continue this program as you have suggested, and surely Krishna will see that your more vigorous effort to spread this movement are successful more and more. Regarding Brijvasi posters, just take out pictures portraying Krishna with cows, with gopis, just Krishna pictures, no pictures of demigods. Those pictures are all right. Regarding your questions about how and from where did the conditioned soul fall, your first question, if someone has relationship with Lord Krishna on Krishna Loka, does he ever fall down? The souls are endowed with minute independence as part of their nature, and this minute independence may be utilized rightly or wrongly at any time. So, there is always the chance of falling down by misuse of one's independence. But those who are firmly fixed in devotional service to Krishna are making proper use of their independence, and so they do not fall down. Regarding your second question, have the conditioned soul ever been seen Krishna? Were they with the Lord before being conditioned by the desire to lord it over material nature? Yes, the conditioned souls are part and parcel of the Lord, and thus they were with Krishna before being conditioned. Just as the child must have seen his father because the father places the child in the womb of the mother. Similarly, each soul has seen Krishna or Supreme Father, but at that time, the conditioned soul are resting in the condition called susupti, which is exactly deep sleep without dreams or anesthetized state. Therefore, they do not remember being with Krishna when they wake up in the material world and become engaged in material affairs. I hope this will satisfy your questions. Please offer my blessings to your good wife, Lakshmi Muni, and to all other girls and boys there. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. In this letter, Prabhupada is appreciating Jagdish Prabhu about their. I mean, he is thanking him because he has sent some Lakshmi for him, and he is appreciating that they're doing Mahasankirtan uh, with coordination of Buffalo. I think this is a band or something, musical band maybe. That's what I understood. And please continue this program. He is happy for them to continue it and encouraging them to do it more and more. Um, and telling them that it will be more successful in future. Regarding Brijvasi poster, so he is suggesting them how to make the poster. Should have Krishna, cows and gopis photo on it. um Regarding so Jagdish Prabhu must have asked him two questions, it seems here, and he's answering about the conditioned soul. So the question was, if someone has relation with Lord Krishna in Krishna Loka, so how did they fall down if the conditioned soul had a relationship? So Prabhupada is explaining here, since the souls have Lord has given them little bit of um, independence to choose to use it, and maybe that independence was used in was misused actually, and that's why and they were not fixed in devotional service to Lord, so that's why they would have fall. But same time Prabhupada is saying, if they had made proper use of their independence which was given to the souls, pure souls in Krishna Loka, they wouldn't have fall down. Second question was about the conditioned soul. Have they seen Krishna? Conditioned soul which are on the material planet. So Prabhupada is explaining, when they were with the Lord, uh, the conditioned soul are, he keeps saying all the time, they are a part and parcel of the Lord. And but before they became conditioned, they had seen Krishna. Like Prabhupada is saying here, I didn't understand. The child must have seen his father before the father places the child in the womb of the mother. So I don't know if before child is in the womb, he already see his father. I don't know this, but similarly, this soul has seen the Krishna or the Supreme Father in the Krishna Loka. But when the soul becomes conditioned, um, uh, it, then it doesn't see. I think because the soul gets engaged in the material affairs and in this world, so then soul forget about Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. That's what I understood. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for summarizing this letter. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add?
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare.
I'd like to add a bit that a key point here that how they've actually, by cooperating and jointly doing Mahasankirtan, how I think that Prabhupada is saying that by sincerely putting so much effort in doing in making this such a success. What is pointing out that today we, the world, we are benefiting from this because it's spread all over the world through those peripheral early effort. And how he's saying, he made analogy about the baby, the birth, the womb and the birth and the seed that's planted. So the father planted the seed in the mother, and so we have new birth that comes with Krishna consciousness, sort of kind of what shall I say? They are we are pure soul from birth, and then the material world contaminate us. So this kind of Sankirtan movement is like that pure birth. And if we spread the world around, we become good citizens and good devotees, and we can actually change the world in a way. I think that's the message I got there. I love the idea about the togetherness and the if we do things jointly and include in the world, don't do it on your own, you're not going to be successful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely explained. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add further? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter, and one point Prabhupada mentioning this independence. So living entities are always existing. There is 5 kinds of liberation. Sometimes we may be having some kind of, if it is side Mukti, if they are merging in that, they wouldn't have got fall down, something like that. So they merge within the Brahman light and losing their identity. But Lord always says that I exist all the time, you exist all the time. We have maintaining our individuality all the time. But here, utilizing that independence, the Lord never interfered that independence. If you wanted to stay in the Brahma Jyoti, so you can stay there as long as you wish, but you do not have a permanent position because there is no Ananda there. Ananda means, Lord means Ananda Chinmaya Vigraha, Sachidananda Vigraha. And here, when Krishna speaks Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, he says all the knowledge that only devotional service is the topmost, the devotee of the Krishna is the topmost. And then he says that Vimrusya etad asheshena yatechasi tata kuru. After iti te jnanam akyatam guhyat guhyataram maya. So I have spoken this confidential knowledge, guhyat guhyataram maya. And vimrishya etat asheshena, you deliberate it properly. And yetechasi tatakuru, once you understand and what is best for you, yetechasi tatakuru, do according to your wish. Lord never interferes. Do according to your wish, your desire, your independence. Lord never uh, misuse of one's independence. So here, this is our desire. We wanted to be separately, live and enjoy separately from Krishna. We misuse, but Krishna gives the full independence to the living entity. He never interfered with the minute independence of the living entity. So that is one point. And other point is when the living entity is, they are in this particular point is mentioned by the Hastinapura woman. Savaikilayam Purushaha Puratano Ekasid Avisheshatmani Agre Gunirjo Jagadatmanishware Nimilitatman Nishushupta Sektishu. So this is the condition is Shushupti. The living entities, they are in the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And as soon as the time comes, they enter into this lotus flower and they get according to their desire, they will get a body. So Saeva Bhoyo Nijivir Choitam Swajiva Mayam Prakritim Sisrukchatim Anama Rupatmani Rupanamani Vidit Samano Anusasara Shastra Prut. So they will get a particular name. Previously in the Sushupti stage, they're simply in the body of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. As soon as they come, it is a kind of at the time, it was exactly like a deep sleep without a dream. That is called Sushupti in the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And when they're coming outside of, a father injects the semen into the womb of the mother. श्रियाः वदनं पुंसः रेत कणाश्रयः कर्मणा दैवनेत्रेण जन्तुः देह उपपत्तये श्रियाः वदनं पुंसः रेतः कणाश्रयः. By taking the shelter of the semen, the living entity enters into the womb of the mother. But until that point, the living entity is in the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. But unless if it is having a settled body like ghostly bodies and another material body. So here, as soon as it enters into Swajivamayam Prakritim Sesarkshatim Anama Rupatmani Rupanamani Viditsamanu Anusasara Sastra Krut. So they will get all the names and forms as soon as they get into the material world again. And they will continue the further. And then Lord also gives Savayum Yatpadamatra Suryo Jitendra Nijita Matarishwanaha Pasyanti Bhakti Utkalitaamalatmana Nanveshatum Parimastu Marhati. So, and also the Lord also gives in such a way that devotionals, he arranges that devotional service is accessible to those living entities. Pasyanti Bhakti Utkalita Amalatmana Nanveshatum Parimastu Marhati. So that is the only path so that they can come back to the Supreme Personality of Godhead to live. That is Manishtan Anubhavoyam Mama Loka Avalokanam, to enjoy with the Lord with all his opulences. Okay, likewise, this is the paragraph Prabhupada is explaining here. Therefore, they do not remember being with Krishna when they wake up in the material world and become engaged in the material affairs. This is forgetfulness. Okay, that is from Srimad Srila Prabhupada's letter.
Shruti Devi Pranami Hari.
Okay, do you do any other comments, dear devotees? Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got a Krishna book reading with Shyam Gudivada Prabhuji and Ram Narsika Prabhuji at 8 p.m. That is our upcoming event. And coming Saturday, we have got Bhagavad Gita, regular Bhagavad Gita session at 7 p.m. And Saturday morning we continue regular Bhagavatam Vaikuntha description. Okay, those are our upcoming events. And dear devotees, if you have got anything else to share on this day, maybe different events are going on, you wanted to share some news on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. Hare Krishna. And many devotees, they prepare sweet rice today and offer it to Krishna and keep it overnight in the moonlight, and then they again maybe another different pot which is not offered, maybe offered to Krishna again. And then they take it as this is Amrita, nectar. It will turn it due to the moon rays, the rice is turning into ambrosia. So that is the many people do it in Vrindavan and many other people who follows this Sharadiya Rasa Purnima night. Okay, and the different devotees, they glorify Krishna and they sing and they do bhajans. Okay, lots and varieties of variety ways of engaging themselves in the devotional service. Okay, so that is from the updates perspective. And dear devotees, if you are happy, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Ananta Koti
Vaishnavinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna conscious day, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda Shivaita Ganada Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Shri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri
Nityananda
Advaita
Shivaita
Gadadhara
Ganada
Srivasadi
Sri
Gaura
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare